I just wanted to give an update on a project that I had talked a little bit about before, and it's the custom packaging that I have made for loose figures. This is the first one I did, the GIJoe card back. Get this opened up here. I had the design done and I have them printed on a heavy cardstock, and they fit inside this clamshell case. It's a plastic clamshell case, and your loose figure goes inside here. I've used one that has a more narrow bubble, which I'll show you here in a moment. But the more narrow bubble is for figures, for older figures that don't come with a lot of accessories. They're a better fit in those, and these are for figures with more accessories, like the Black Major, Snake Eyes V2, the Invasors figures that all come with a timber. Any figures that come with an animal companion or a large amount of accessories work best in these wider bubbles. Tiger Force. This is just a custom Tiger Force card back. Very generalized. I also did one for Python Patrol. If you look at the original card backs, you'll see that the frame that goes around the figure, that little jagged design, is a throwback to the original carded Python Patrol figures. The logo is completely redone, modernized, and made a little bit more standoutish. This grid pattern in the back was present on some of the original Python Patrol figures and vehicles and accessories, and that maroon color is the color that all of the Python Patrol vehicles came in. So you have the red, black, and as you can see here across the middle, there's a little bit of gray. Dreadnoks. This is done in the original Ground Assault. If any of you know about the Sears exclusive Dreadnoks Ground Assault set, this is done in the colors of the Ground Assault, the blue and the teal or green, with the original Flame logo. And kind of a graffiti-ish name for Dreadnoks, the Cobra Enemy logo. And this is just a cool card that I wanted to put together for vintage Dreadnoks figures and some customs that have been put together by people in the community. I've also put together a few just basic Cobra card backs. Two of which have this Cobra the Enemy logo. This particular one starts in a red and fades down into blue, and that works with the color schemes of some figures. The other version of this card just has the solid blue background, and it's all just personal preference. Version A, version B. I haven't used any of these yet, I don't think, but I personally kind of prefer the solid blue. Here's the first Cobra card back that I did alongside the GIJoe card back. And again, this is an example of what I was talking about with displaying the figure that comes with more accessories. A Night Viper doesn't necessarily fit the best in the narrow bubble, but in this clamshell, I place the accessories into an acid-free plastic baggie. These things are crystal clear, and they make a really good display for the accessories with the figure, and protects them from, rubbing paint and whatnot. This guy's not going to be moving around in here or anything. He sits on a shelf, just displayed like this. I have more sub-team designs that are in the works, and I'll be putting those out in the very near future. Hoping to have one Night Force themed coming out next week, and in the queue after that is another Python Patrol card back that will be more geared toward the original 1988-89 card back, some of which you can see here behind me. Something else that I'm going to be working on is an actual G.I. Joe card back that'll have the Joe logo and some, I don't know, just like some ideas that people throw out there to me that they want to see or that people are interested in buying. Slaughter's Marauders is another one. That's a sub-team card back that I'm going to be putting out soon. It's in the queue. It just takes a little bit of time to get all of these done. You know, I'm paying a graphic designer, an artist, to make these designs for me, and then I'm having them printed at a local shop, which there's a video on my channel here that shows you exactly how that process goes with my local shop. So the reason that I made these, I'm a mint on card collector. I've been collecting mint on card figures for, well, since about 1993, 92, 93 is when I stopped opening carded figures. And coincidentally, that's around the same time that they stopped putting G.I. Joe out for a little while. But anyway, if you're a mint on card collector, you know that you know what the prices are like and what kind of an investment it is to buy vintage mint on card figures. Well, not everyone in the community wants to pay that kind of price. They like displaying their figures, they like mint figures, but they're not willing to pay the price of a mint on card figure. And prices really have gotten sky high on some of these guys. You know, a lot of these figures back here I picked up for double digits, and now they're up into, you know, triple digits, 150, 200 bucks. It's beyond it's just not economically viable for a lot of people to collect mint on card figures or sealed items. And honestly, it's starting to get to that point for me. It's just not economically viable for me to do this anymore. Plus, considering the fact that third-party action figures, when you're talking about Black Major figures and other makers, they release these figures, they come in loose. They're in a plastic bag with the accessories. There's no actual artwork or packaging or anything to these. And I enjoy displaying my figures somewhat packaged. I had gotten into the custom and reproduction card backs just a little bit. I have a few back here behind me that are custom or reproduction. Custom meaning something completely new that was never actually released as a production item. Like this guy here, this is a convention custom. The corners were not rounded. I did kind of a shitty job, but I rounded the corners and put them in a star case. But this guy has a custom card back. You see back here behind me the Cobra Commanders right here. Those are reproduction card backs. Buying a carded Cobra Commander like that would just be insanely expensive, and I just enjoy displaying my figures with the artwork and everything. And those, yes, are labeled as reproduction card backs. Nobody's trying to pass anything off here. So in order to display figures in the manner that I like to display them, I started getting some custom card backs with file cards and whatnot, but it's just way expensive to do that for each individual figure. So I started making generalized card backs for sub teams or just for G.I. Joe or Cobra, like this one here. This is just a generalized Cobra card back. That way I can display my loose figures the way that I want to, especially the third-party stuff, and still have something behind it that looks really good, like the Tiger Force, or the Python Patrol, or the Dreadnoks. Even for vintage figures. I have people buying these from me that are displaying vintage figures in them that like that mint on card appeal, but they also like having a loose figure. A lot of collectors out there just enjoy loose figures because they can take them out, handle them, play with them, pose them, take photographs of them. This gives you, in my opinion, the best of both worlds. You have a loose figure that's in non-permanent packaging, and a great way to display and protect that figure whenever it's not being used for something or being played with. Now, typically I sell these as kits. It's one clamshell and one card back. I sell those for $5 shipped. I ship for free in the United States. Now, if you're out of the United States, yes, I will ship to you, but I do ask that you pay international shipping. These things, I've got, like I said, I've got more designs coming. I keep these on hand for my own figures and for sale. So if you're interested in purchasing some of these, comment below and we will definitely get together. You can email me at cwcshirts@gmail.com, which is also my PayPal address. And I will get you taken care of for however many you want. I'm actually getting ready to ship somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 150 of these to Australia. I have yet to ship any of them to Canada, but I'm also going to be working on a Red Shadows card back for our brothers to the north. So hopefully, hopefully this continues to expand and I can do a lot more sub teams and whatnot. I would love to do card backs for the Black Major Toys sub teams. Like this guy is the Snow Serpents Night Viper, so a Snow Serpents card back would actually be really great for this. And I'm trying to keep it as generalized as possible, just specified down to sub teams. I don't really want to get into doing them for individual figures unless there's a market for something like Vipers or Bats or whatever. If people wanted to get into that, I'd be more than happy to make those. So anyway, like I said, this is just a little bit of an update as to what I have going on right now and what I'm bringing to you for the collector community. So be sure to check out my other YouTube project, Magic the Gathering Battles. This is one with my girlfriend and I. We're doing pre-con deck reviews and actual battles. You can subscribe to this channel right over here. And be sure to check out other videos that I have, and drop me a line if there's something you want to see, something you want to talk about, or want me to talk about. Hit me up. I'm open for conversation. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Yo, Joe.